All right, so how cute is Bird? I mean, I'm always perusing Instagram and looking for cute animals, interesting shapes, things like that. And I've been following the Morningside Farm Sanctuary, Morningside Sanctuary. I've been following them for a long time now, and they do such great work and have such amazing photographs and amazing animals. So this one I actually took a screenshot of a while back, and sometimes it takes a while for me to get to the drawings. And sometimes I have issues with like cows and goats and certain herbivores, herbivores, with this head shape, even horses, things like that. So I really need to work on these shapes and these heads to really get them right. As you can see here, I'm doing a lot of different experiments with like his snout, his nose, things like that. And sometimes it just takes me a while to really get it right, especially if I haven't warmed up. Then it'll take a little longer. And as you can see here, I'm sort of focusing on the different shapes of his eyes and the way that his cheekbones, I keep saying his, the way that her cheekbones, her lovely cheekbones, fade into her skull. All of the head shape, the face shape, the cheeks, all of that makes such a big difference in whether or not something looks cute. And for me, it's a lot of trial and error because there's just so many different animals with so many different shapes. And I finally got to a face that I was happy with, and I sort of moved on to her little wheel extensions here. And sometimes I just have to get to a point where I'm happy with it enough to move on, and then I can always come back. As you can see here, I'm still trying to get the eyes perfect. And this is where I spend a lot of time on my work because I just don't settle for things that don't look 100% right. It has to really look right. It has to feel right. Everything has to be right, or else I can't move on from it. And the more I do, the easier it is. But there's still a lot of animals that I struggle with. So, I just have to work harder on those and just continue to practice. And here I'm experimenting with raising his nose higher and lower because sometimes it's little things like that that really affect the art. Like sometimes something won't look right, and then you might have to change something that you're not really thinking about. You might have to change the shape of the head or the shape of the nose, change how long the face is, change how small the eyes are or how big the eyes are. So there's countless things that you have to change. So I just try to think about all of them, and I see what looks right, see what looks the best. I think I should be slowly getting to something I like here. I made the head a little shorter, made the snout a little more narrow, and kind of raised it up a little bit, and that helped. Those eyes are way too big, the pupils. So I'm pretty sure I make those smaller. And I also save, if there's one that I do before this that I like, I save it. So I'll look back and forth to one that I really liked. Now here we get to one that I'm actually really happy with. So I sort of use that as a template and just sort of refine from there. But I mean, as you can see, it looks easy when it's done. I mean, on my social media, I have a lot of these type of things, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to get it to look right. And sometimes it can be hours, but I can't settle for a subpar eyes. She has to look the best that she can look. So here I'm very happy with it. I'm just kind of going through, finishing up the sketches so I can get to the line art. And all I do here is lower the opacity of the sketch, and then I really just concentrate on making clean lines and sort of doing a loose line work, but still clean. And by loose, I mean not everything has to be touching, not all the lines are closed. Coloring, obviously she's got a pretty dark base, which I never go that dark because you still want to be able to see the lines. So I just make it a little bit lighter. I probably could have gone a little more grayer so it reads as black, but you can always change the colors later. I kind of do everything in layers, so I can always change the colors. And here's how I put everything together from my Instagram post. And I always like to do some extra fun little sketches just to kind of use what I've learned. I try to just match the skull and just do different angles and things like that. I try to use what I've learned from drawing from life to do these sort of cartoony things. That way in the future, it just helps. I want to be able to draw things in different perspectives and things like that. It all helps. And here is the lovely Miss Bird. I love that sketch. And I love the color. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep drawing, and I'll catch you in the next one.